Hello students, welcome back to our grammar class. Today, we're exploring a fascinating topic in English, non-finite verbs. Verbs are one of the most important parts of a sentence. They tell us what action is happening and sometimes who is doing it and when. Based on this, verbs are classified into two main types, finite verbs and non-finite verbs. What are finite verbs? A finite verb has a subject and shows the tense, person, and number in a sentence. Look at the sentences given. In these sentences, the verbs teach, works, and one tell us who is doing the action and when it is happening. That's why these verbs are called finite verbs. What are non-finite verbs? A non-finite verb, on the other hand, does not have a subject and does not show tense, person, or number. It simply expresses an action. Look at the sentences given. Here, the verbs to read, to play, and to watch are preceded by to and do not indicate tense or subject. These are called non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are very useful because they allow us to add extra actions or ideas to a sentence without changing the main verb. Now, let's learn about participles. A participle acts as an adjective or as the main verb in a verb phrase. Verbs ending with ing are called present participles and the ones ending with ed or en are called past participles. Examples: the man ran after the moving train. Using present participles. 1. To form the continuous tense. Present participles ing form are used with helping verbs to show actions that are ongoing. Example: going to the park, she saw a pretty flower. 2. To modify nouns as adjectives. Present participles can describe nouns and give more detail about them. Example: put the boiling water in a glass jar. Using past participles. 1. To modify a noun as an adjective. Past participles describe a noun, often showing a completed action related to the noun. Example: she looked at the bound sheets carefully. 2. To form the passive voice. Past participles are used with the verb be to show that the subject is receiving the action. Example: I was asked to stand here. 3. To form the perfect tense. Past participles are used with have, has, had to indicate actions that are completed with respect to another time. Example: I have visited the bakery thrice today. Using participles to join sentences. Participles can combine two sentences into one smoother sentence by showing an action happening at the same time. Check this example. Now that we have explored infinitives and non-participles, let's move on to gerunds. Gerunds are verbs in the ing form, but unlike present participles, gerunds act as nouns rather than modifiers. They can function as the subject, object, or complement in a sentence. A gerund is formed by simply adding ing to the base form of the verb. Check this example. Important rule: possessive before gerunds. When a noun or pronoun refers to a living being and comes before a gerund, it must be in the possessive case. This shows clearly who is performing the action. Check this example. Alright, now that you've learnt about infinite and non-infinite verbs and its types, let's practice. Great job, everyone! Here are the answers. Alright, children, fantastic work today. Keep practicing and don't forget to subscribe for more fun lessons. See you next time. Bye!